Epilepsy affects more than 50 million people around the world and thousands of people right here in Connecticut. It is a neurological condition that randomly strikes with life-threatening seizures. Robert Fiore is the founder of the Connecticut Epilepsy Advocate and is here to tell us more about this. Welcome. It's great to have you here, Bob. 3 million people in our country have epilepsy.
Yes.
How many here in Connecticut are
Approximately
affected?
60,000 people here in Connecticut.
60,000. That's a lot of people. Why was it such a big need for you to begin this Connecticut Epilepsy Advocate?
Well, first, I have epilepsy my entire life. It was discovered when I was 9 months old. And knowing what it's like to have epilepsy, being lucky enough to have the surgery to correct the epilepsy, there is no cure for it. But I figured, let me help others who have epilepsy. And this is why this organization was started.
Let's tell everybody what exactly is epilepsy. Is it a disease? Is it a condition?
No, it's no disease. Epilepsy is a neurological disorder. It affects more than 50 million people worldwide, as you said, 3 million in Connecticut, around America, and 60,000 in Connecticut. There is no cure for epilepsy. There's more than 40 prescription medications, and you can get those, and there's other types of treatment for that. And if you're lucky enough, like myself and a few others, if you're a candidate for surgery and you pass the 5 tests, then they'll let you know that you can have it.
So this is a neurological condition?
Yes, it is.
So what happens in the brain?
What happens in the brain, it's the brief disturbances. What's up there, the nerves, the electrical activity just doesn't want to get along with each other. And it's always in conflict. It's not controllable, with the exception of medication.
I've actually interviewed a woman whose epilepsy seizures began after she had a car accident.
Right.
And so I know it can be triggered by that, but can people be born with this?
Some people are born with it. Some are affected in different ways, like you just mentioned, the car accident. I have a very close friend. She went in for a surgery for something else, and she came out, and it triggered epilepsy. And something ironic about her is that she knows 15 minutes in advance that her seizures are coming. So what she does, she just gets over to the side, lies down. People around her know exactly what to do. And the best thing you could do with somebody with epilepsy when they're going to have the seizure, lie them down, make sure they're cleared. Do not ever put anything in their mouth. And about 2 or 3 minutes after the seizure, if it should continue, then be ready to call 911.
We talked about some of the treatment that is available. You said there are medications available.
Right. There's 40 prescription medications. They come in pills, capsules, liquid, and the oral medications I just said, and a rectal injection.
What about surgery? Is there any type of surgical procedure available?
2 surgeries are the temporal lobectomy surgery that I had, and the other is where they, another form where they check the top of the brain. What they'll do is go in and they'll put a graph inside and they'll find out where the actual seizures are coming from. And then once they pinpoint that part of the brain where they're coming from, that's where they do the operation.
Well, what exactly did you undergo?
The tests that I had were 2 types of scanning procedures, and of course the MRI, spectroscopic MRI, a WADA test, and then what they do is another thing where they give you a brief injection and the left side of the brain will fade out. They're very careful about this because it's a short period of time. Then when you come back out of it, the right side of the brain does the same thing.
What impact did it have on you?
It was fabulous because it's turned my life around, and this is another reason why I help people with epilepsy, their families too.
Very good. And not everybody, though, is a candidate for these surgical procedures.
No, they're not. Unfortunately, they're not.
Is there anything new that's going to be coming up in the horizon to help people with epilepsy?
As of this moment, there's not, but there's so much research being done out there, and that's one thing. There's not enough funding for research, and we look for people, we encourage them, when they go to med school, why not become a neurologist? Look to be a senior scientist, junior scientist. That's very helpful to the epilepsy world.
Any clinical trials available?
Not that I'm aware of, but you can always check online or interact with Yale University and their epilepsy program.
Very good. And you just had a fundraiser in September, and you're going to have another one in January. Where will the money go?
The money we haven't delegated yet because we just don't want to say at this time it will go here or there, but there's so many people, organizations that need it, and once our board meets, then we'll decide where it will go.
All right. Thank you so much, Bob, for coming on board and telling us more about epilepsy.
Thank you for having us. We do appreciate it.
And don't go away. There's more Connecticut Style coming right after this.